Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thank you so much for listening. Today, we'll chat about the reason you're getting all those privacy policy emails. The meeting with North Korea is now canceled. And police plan to arrest Harvey Weinstein today. Plus, Alexa's mistake, the worth of Netflix, and the newest Star Wars movie. All that and much more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Friday, May 25th. Thanks to our sponsor today, Audible, which offers thousands of audiobooks and a chance to try it out for free. So sign up for the free 30-day trial plus a free audiobook. Just go to audibletrial.com/thenewsworthy. That's audibletrial.com/thenewsworthy. All right, you ready for the news? Let's do this. You've probably been getting emails from every company or service you've ever signed up for, or at least it seems that way, telling you they've updated their privacy policies, right? Well, this is why. A new law in the European Union means tougher rules on data privacy, and it has a global impact. It's called the General Data Protection Regulation, or just GDPR for short. The deadline for companies to comply is today. Those that don't can face big penalties. The law basically changes the rules for how companies are allowed to collect, store, and process your info. Well, the info of people in the EU, but it'll affect all customers in a lot of cases. Because even if a company is based in the US, for example, they may have online customers in the EU, or even just partner with another company that has customers in the EU. CNET says the law is meant to require companies to be more open about how they use your data. Companies have known this is coming for a couple of years now. The European Union wanted to give businesses time to make the changes, and it wasn't cheap for them. CNN reports Fortune Global 500 companies spent an estimated $7.8 billion to get ready for these new rules. So, what should you really be looking for in all those new privacy policies? Well, the language in them should be more clear and less confusing legal talk, and it's supposed to give you more control over your own data. You may have to agree to some of these new policies or respond to the emails in some way. But don't worry, we are planning to chat more about that question and other effects of this new law in next week's 3 Question Thursday interview, so stay tuned. It's canceled. President Trump called off the planned meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. It would have made history as the first time a sitting U.S. president and North Korean leader meet face-to-face. But it won't happen anymore, at least not right now. President Trump says it's because of, quote, tremendous anger and open hostility. Reuters reports he's referring to a statement earlier this week when North Korea threatened, for a second time, to pull out of the summit and even warned it was ready for a nuclear showdown with Washington. The U.S. did not appreciate that. So Trump canceled the historic meeting and warned Kim Jong-un against trying to do anything reckless. The Wall Street Journal says Trump is leaving the door open to future talks, but for now it's looking like strong economic sanctions is the way to go. North Korea has seemingly changed its tone a bit at this point. Officials there now say they're open to resolving issues. The meeting was supposed to take place in Singapore on June 12th. There's a new possible cause for the Malaysia Airlines flight that went down in 2014, killing all passengers and crew on board. Dutch investigators say it was a Russian missile that came from the Russian military that brought the plane down. The Washington Post reports this could mean Dutch prosecutors might sue the Russian government for the nearly 300 deaths. And the whole thing is not great for the already tense relationship between Russia and the West. Russia is saying, not true, wasn't us. A gunman walked into an Oklahoma City restaurant last night and started shooting. But someone else was there with a handgun too and shot and killed the shooter. ABC News reports a few people at the restaurant were hurt, but they are all expected to live. Expect more details to come out today and over the weekend. Today is the day police say they'll be arresting Harvey Weinstein. Of course, he's the once powerful, now disgraced movie producer accused of sexually assaulting dozens of women. Those accusations helped kick off the entire Me Too movement. But until now, he hasn't faced any criminal charges. The New York Times says Weinstein has agreed to turn himself in today in Manhattan. He'll be arrested on charges that he raped a woman and forced another to do other sexual activities. There's already an agreement in place, though, that he'll be arrested, taken to court, and then let go on $1 million bail package until his next court date. He'll also have to wear an ankle bracelet or something like that to track his location, and he can't travel much. Why hasn't he faced more charges for the other accusations at this point? It's because of New York's statute of limitations, which means the crime happened too long ago for it to be prosecuted, at least in some cases. Weinstein has denied he ever raped anyone. Several women are accusing actor Morgan Freeman of sexual harassment or inappropriate behavior. CNN talked with 16 people total who say they were either the victims of it or saw it happen. The report explains Freeman allegedly made inappropriate and sexual comments to colleagues or entertainment reporters. One person said he tried to lift her skirt up. Freeman released a statement saying he never intentionally offended or knowingly made anyone feel uneasy, and that he's sorry to anyone who felt uncomfortable. Federal investigators have released their first report about that self-driving Uber that hit and killed a woman in Arizona back in March. Investigators say the car's system spotted the woman in the street a full 6 seconds before hitting her. But, the AP reports, its emergency braking system was turned off on purpose. So it didn't stop or even brake automatically. Why? Well, Uber says that the system was turned off to try and prevent the car from having what it calls erratic behavior on the road. Instead, that backup safety driver, who was sitting behind the wheel, is supposed to intervene in an emergency. Yet, there was no alert system to tell the driver to watch out. Video shows the driver was also looking down until the last second. Earlier this week, Uber did cancel its self-driving car testing in the state altogether. All right, other things people may be talking about today. President Trump just pardoned the first black heavyweight boxing champ. Jack Johnson died 72 years ago, but he's just now being pardoned for crimes that were really all about his skin color. USA Today explains he openly dated white women and married 3 of them, and was eventually convicted of transporting a white woman across state lines for immoral reasons. Well, it was likely just because he was black. Now the government is finally clearing his name. Actor Sylvester Stallone, who played Rocky, helped push for this pardon. It's only the 3rd pardon ever given to someone after that person already died. 2 hockey teams are left. They'll face off in the Stanley Cup Final, which starts this Monday. It comes down to the Washington Capitals and the Vegas Golden Knights. Both teams have their eye on their first ever Stanley Cup title. CBS Sports has the full schedule and where you can watch the best of 7 series. That link will be in today's show notes. Oops, Amazon's virtual assistant Alexa accidentally sent a woman's private conversation with her husband to her colleague. The Portland woman was interviewed on local TV about it and was a bit freaked out about the whole thing. Now, Amazon has confirmed it happened. Here's what the company told The Verge. Basically, Alexa heard a word that sounded like her name, so she turned on and started listening. Then she heard what sounded like send a message, so she said out loud, "To whom?" And then apparently heard a word that sounded like one of the woman's contacts and sent the recording to the colleague. Amazon says it's extremely rare that this would happen, but it did happen, and they're working to fix the issue. Netflix briefly became the world's biggest media stock this week, worth more than Disney and Comcast. CNN says Netflix had already surpassed companies like Time Warner and CBS. While companies like Comcast have lost subscribers, Netflix has continued to get more and more subscribers, even after raising prices. Star Wars fans, get ready. The movie Solo, A Star Wars Story, is now in theaters. It opens in the U.S. today. The Hollywood Reporter says it's expected to bring in $130 to $150 million during the long holiday weekend. It's hoping for a record Memorial Day weekend opening. It's a spin-off from the first Star Wars movies and is about the origin story of Han Solo. This upcoming Monday is Memorial Day, so many people will be off school and work. Of course, Memorial Day is an official federal holiday always observed the last Monday of May. The real meaning of the day is to honor the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. And because of the holiday, there will not be an episode of The Newsworthy on Monday. So I will be back getting you all caught up on Tuesday instead. And that's it. Thanks so much again for listening and sharing The Newsworthy. I hope you will let your friends and family know about The Newsworthy and tell them to give it a try as you gather this weekend. As always, I list all the news stories we talked about today in today's show notes on thenewsworthy.com. So if you want to read more, just go to the homepage, click episodes, and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you every weekday by 4 in the morning Eastern Time. We will chat again on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.